Hello everybody, this is JD again. Today I'm going to talk to you about a couple things. One, to let you know how things stand. As it is right now, I have kept my word to each and every one of you my supporters out there. But not a single one of you have kept your word with me. I mean, it might have cost you a stamp. But I promised you after the 2008 election that if there was one, just one of you out there, I would register and run in 2012, supporter. Right now, I can tell you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, all you people who say you're my supporters are not. Not a single letter from any one of you with your signature on it I have received. That's all. The price of a stamp. Now I know what you're doing. You're going to do the same dumb thing that we did in 2008. You're going to wait and see if the Republicans are going to select somebody worth voting for. Well, do you see anybody up there worth voting for? Do you see anybody there that you think can do the job of bringing our country back to its founding standards without destroying the country and without breaking every promise we have ever made? There's not a single one. Not a single one. Obama has his ideals, and every one of the Republican candidates have their own. Think about that. And how much longer is it going to be before Ron Paul says, well, they insulted me or something like that, and then he runs independently so he can get his money. Probably after now we're in January, the election year, and now they can get their money. So how long is it going to be before Ron Paul goes after the federal money that candidates get who get the minimum votes and raises the money to be a viable candidate? Minimum signature. And then, like he did in 2008, and before that, he runs, collects the money, spends the money, or allocates it out, more is what I should say. And then he decides to support somebody else. Okay. Now, today I told you I had an interesting time. And first I talked with someone about our government and the way it is. And he realizes that we, the people, are the problem. By us constantly supporting this that they lay before you is the reason our country is the way it is. By us supporting, which I cannot do. How many of you have taken those polls to decide whether you're a Republican or Democrat? And you find out that you're a little bit of both. That's what all of us are. We might be more conservative one way, or we might be more liberal, but we're not the extremes. We're kind of a little of both. And that's what we are. But yet these political machines are trying to tear us apart, split us up, like they have done to our Congress. They have split up our Congress, both in the House and the Senate. The only reason they didn't split up the White House is because there's only one person there. So, what out there do you see that's worth supporting? It's apparently not me. But I am going to promise you all this. As it stands now, I'm going to quit in a little while. But when it comes time to vote, I'm going to vote. But there's nothing out there worth voting for. And I'm going to vote for myself. I'll write myself in again. Maybe it'll appear, maybe it won't. I don't care. What I do care is that all you out there complain, complain, complain. And you can't even keep your own word. You all are responsible for our government. And you can't even live up to that responsibility. You say, well, let's sit and wait, sit and wait. And you sit and wait to the point where no one else can run. Except for those people who went through the primaries, who raised up the minimum votes, or those people of the Libertarian Party. And you end up with that. People who don't have the funds, don't have the money, they can campaign, but they get disqualified for not having the signatures. As of right now, I believe Texas, the way their laws are written, I cannot get on the ballot now. They're the first that have the deadlines. I believe it's in January of this year, and now we're in February. And slowly it's going to work its way through each and every one. Why? Because not a single one of you can take up the responsibility of your government. You want to sit there and let others do the job for you. Or you want to send a whole bunch of videos that other people have made that says a whole bunch of junk that's based on very little fact. Just a lot of junk. See, when I see a video, I don't take it for what it says. I go look and see what it says compared to what it is. And I have found that very few, and I mean extremely very few, of the thousands of videos you have all sent me is based on shreds of truth. Most of them are based on lies upon lies upon lies. And those lies are being told over and over again until they become quote unquote truths. That's why I don't like them. I call them junk videos. After I research them, find out what they're based on, the cause of what it is. That's it. So, what's this video about? Basically, how you all are going to sit on your butt or protest, but actually, truthfully, you do absolutely nothing to make a difference. Let me give you an example of a major group that's doing exactly that. Occupy America. Oh, no, we're not. We're sitting, we're getting... No, you're not. You're sitting there getting yourself in the news. Like Peter gets themselves in the news. How'd Peter get themselves in the news last time? I believe they sued Marineland because they said some kind of whale was a slave. You know, on that logic, every single animal in this world that we have for pets or we raise for food are slaves. And you occupying the world. Your group. You do have valid complaints. But there's a way to get it done. I tried to show you all. But no, you would rather sit out and camp out and get in the news arrested for some reason. Some of you will confront the police so you can get in the news pictures of you and the police. Some of you will do it peacefully and won't get in the news. But the bottom line is, what have you accomplished? Mostly killing some grass. So you're anti-environmentalists, Because by you going on those lawns and stuff and you killing all the plants there because of your camping and your occupying, so that's destroying plant life. Oh, well, they can plant more seeds. Yes, they can plant more seeds, but you still kill those plants. See? And a lot of you socialists don't bother to look at the welfare communities to see what true socialism does because you don't like what you see. So you turn your head and you read the ideal writings of socialism and thinking that's the way it works. And it does. It works quite well that way. As long as you don't put people in. Yep. Socialism works quite well that way. That's the way the animal kingdom lives. And dies. And kills. And survives. Yep. That's what a pack is. That's what a pride is. That's what a herd is. So, but when you put human beings in, it don't work because the human beings have something they don't have. And that's called greed. And you people in the Occupy groups, you heard about Wall Street? Come on. We all knew that a long time ago. And anybody who buys stock supports it. Anybody who don't buy stocks don't support it. And yes, does our government make it easy for the rich to become richer and harder for the poor to make it? Oh, I should say middle class? Yes, it does. I'm not going to disagree with you. But I gave you a way to fix it, to start fixing the problems, and you all turn your head. You don't want to fix anything. You just want to yell. You just want to protest. And if we fix something, you can't yell about it. You can't protest about it. You want to make a lot of noise. You want your pictures in the paper. But truthfully, you don't want to fix anything. So, where do we go from there? Look at yourselves. Look at what you're doing. And look what's being presented to you. The Republican candidates, I'm not going to vote for any of them. There's not a single one there worth voting for. A lot of Ron Paul ideas and my ideas are very close. But you see, I have a bad habit. I look at what people do, not what they say. And what Ron Paul does not match with what he says. Okay? I'm not saying he don't believe it, but he does what he has to do to survive. So, what about the other candidates? Obama, idealistic. And definitely I would not vote for him. Because what I've observed about presidents is their second term is worse than their first. They're either great or they're really terrible. People say Ron Paul's the only one who supports the military. I've been 26 years in the military. I watched how Jimmy Carter raped the military. Not just through machines and stuff, but how he raped each and every individual that was in the military. No, I believe in a strong military is the way to prevent wars. When somebody thinks they can beat you, they're going to fight you. When somebody thinks you're bluffing, they're going to come at you. And I don't play games. So, with that, I'll say, our government has always been set up to where you, the people, must decide who is in office, how long they stay in office, and what direction our government goes to. We don't need term limits for the Congress, both the House and the Senate, because all you have to do is vote them out, and their term's up. But you don't do that. We don't need all that other stuff, because all you have to do is support a person who is not from money, who does not represent money, who doesn't listen to lobbyists. But you don't, because you don't want to look. All you want to do is complain and protest. And send around a bunch of videos that if there's a shred of truth, it's probably just a little bit in the title, and then they pick everything apart to fit what they want to say. If you research most of those videos, you'll find out that's basically what they are. Dog and pony show, nothing more. Just like the Republican primaries. Bottom line is, our government is of the people, by the people. You decide who wins. You decide who loses. You decide what direction we go in. If you don't like it, then quit following the crowd. Okay? That's it. Bottom line. Have a nice day. This is JD. If you want to know what I'm about, just go and check me out at www.theconstitutionist.party. That's CONSTITUTIONIST. Party. Not constitutional, not constitution. And that's what JD's all about. You.